it should be.
Okay, we're going live. We're live. Yep.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. It's Wednesday. It's Wine All About It Wednesday in the organizing lounge. It's Wine Wednesday or whatever Wednesday you want it to be over at Home Cooked Health. I'm with Paige
Hello.
and Paige Newman. And we were having some technical difficulties with internet, so apologies for being a few minutes behind, but we're still here. And we're going to talk all about the Healthy Pantry Series. This is our third week of doing the series. And I am excited because we are going to announce our winner tonight for our giveaway, right?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
If everybody's had a chance to check out the prize, I've heard some comments that people are looking forward to seeing who wins. So we will find out a little bit later.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Melinda Wieland. I am owner of Order to Everything. I'm a professional organizer in Austin, Texas. And I created the Organizing Lounge and Wine About It Wednesday so that I can have a little bit of wine and talk to friends all about organizing. And I'm going to let Paige introduce herself to you.
Hi, I'm Paige Newman. I'm a certified health coach, and I help people get more comfortable in the kitchen so that they can take control of their health through proper healthy cooking.
Awesome. So, like I said, this week is the third week of the series, and our topic for the week is spices.
Yay.
So, we didn't talk about this. Do you want to do the winner at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have to stay tuned because we're going to do it in just a little bit. So we have some questions first, and we want to answer that. Let me just make sure. Oh, I want to make sure to tell you guys with the series, I'm sure if you're on here, and maybe if not, we have a freebie. I need to pull it out. It's called the Healthy Pantry Series Guide, and it's got lots of good stuff in it. It's got recipes and how to organize things, and it's wonderful. So that is companion to these live videos that we're doing. We also each have a blog post that we have put out each week of the series, and so I wanted to point that out because we have those. So we have the lives, the freebie, and the blog posts.
And the blog posts are up. The freebie will still be available, Melinda, after we end our Facebook Live tonight, correct?
Yeah, it'll still be completely available. You just won't be able to win the prize after this evening.
Talk a lot about spices, and in that freebie, I've included some of my favorite DIY spice blends. If you haven't downloaded and you're still going to want to, so check it out after we finish talking tonight. We have There it is.
Yeah, and there's some really great blends and recipes. Here's one of them right here. What is this one? A Greek blend, a ranch. These are awesome, guys. Just so you know.
The Greek one is great. You can add that into a quick salad dressing. You can marinate chicken with it, and we'll talk more about why we want to keep spices on hand. But yeah, the guide's really useful. So if you haven't had a chance to download it, do it today.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
The questions?
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So why don't you go first?
Okay. So for you, Melinda, spices are tricky. I know you talked a little bit on your blog, but can you tell me your favorite way to organize spices?
Okay, so I'll start by telling you my least favorite way, because there's so many ways, and I actually was doing this today. I went back, I told Paige earlier, I went to my first physical job since COVID's happened today, and I was doing an unpack. So I was working with spices, and they didn't have any kind of containers or anything. It was just an upper cabinet. And my biggest pet peeve is when you have spices and you can't see them. So if you're putting them in a cabinet or on a shelf or anywhere and you're stacking them in front of each other, you can't find them. And so it really bothers me because people get so frustrated when they cook and it takes them forever because they can't find, and then they end up having 3 of each spice because they just go and buy more. And so that's how not to organize spices. If you can, do not put them flat in front of each other. Right. Don't just stack them flat. If you have to, well, now I'll go into different ways. So stair step risers are good if you have a little bit of height. It at least lifts them up a little bit, so you can either see what color it is, or you can put labels up at the top or whatever, so that just so you can see the difference of the bottles.
And that's what I do. I have little risers in my pantry, and that's been amazing for me. I have for this house, and it's made a big difference.
Yeah, for sure. I've done it so many ways. I even put Lazy Susans inside of a Lazy Susan corner cabinet one time to to put spices in. So I've done that. I put them on doors a lot with with basket systems on the doors. I use, like I just said, I use Lazy Susan sometimes. Putting them in a drawer is nice because you can see them, but you have to have a lot of drawer space. So they have risers that you can use where they kind of so those are really neat. But my favorite would probably be the riser and the Lazy Susan.
And I've gotten those risers on Amazon. Is that your go-to place to get supplies like that?
Yeah, it depends on what kind. With spices, you can use the thin step ones because they come in two sizes. They have really deep ones, so you shouldn't get those for the spices because they'll go all over the place. And it depends on the material, because the acrylic ones are really nice. They're really pretty looking. You can get bamboo ones. You can get just the white plastic. I usually get mine at yeah, I can hear you.
Where's my phone?
You froze, but I can still hear you, and it'll be fine. Are you there? Oh, we may have lost Paige.
Oh, I'm back. I was like,
yay.
Did I disappear? Okay. Again, my internet has been out since 10 a.m. this morning, and my dear husband has, I don't know, done what, but hopefully I can stay with y'all for the whole talk. So we'll see.
Well, I can still hear you, so it's all good.
And so a kind of follow-up question, and I tell clients a lot that you don't want to keep your spices exposed to light. It breaks them down faster. So thoughts on keeping them on the counter versus a pantry or in a cabinet? How do you advise people?
Well, just like you said, you should keep them in a darkened area. Also, keeping them next to the stove is not necessarily a good idea because heat can make them lose their
potency.
Spice. Yeah, their potency. And so a lot of times people want them right next to the stove. So if you're going to do that, put them up in a cabinet rather than down below next to the oven is something I would suggest. And keeping them in the pantry is probably the best solution, for me anyway.
Good advice. Do you have any questions for me? I think I had one on my.
Yeah. Okay, so this kind of goes with a little bit, we kind of parlayed into that. So do spices really go bad, and are they unsafe to cook with after a certain period of time?
Can y'all still hear me? I don't know.
Yes. Keep talking. You're frozen, but we can hear you.
I'll start singing. Sing Melinda. This isn't good. There you go. So can y'all hear me talking?
Yes.
Yeah. And so people ask all the time, do spices really go bad? And it's a good question to kind of delve into. Do they go bad in terms of spoilage and they'll make you sick? No, they do not. You can eat spices long past what might be considered wise, but they will lose their potency. So you will not get the same good flavor from them. And after 3 to 6 months, you can keep them indefinitely, but they're not going to enrich your dishes. You won't get any nutritional value and you won't get any flavor from them. There's a couple hacks to that. If you feel like when you open up the spice and you're not getting that same aroma, that's probably towards the end of the spice's life expectancy. And putting a teaspoon or two in a dry pan over low heat will lightly toast it, and it'll kind of waken that spice back up. So that's a good little trick if you're borderline, you're getting a little bit of aroma, but you think it's probably not as fresh as it could be. Try dry toasting it, very short period of time. Keep an eye on it, and that will help wake it up a little bit. But in terms of safety, they are perfectly safe. They just won't do anything for you. So I would advise regularly checking in on your spices, only buying the spices that you regularly use, and buying the appropriate quantity. So don't buy, like we talked about a week or two ago, don't get the big Costco container.
Big jar.
Don't use a lot of cinnamon.
Yeah. Mira asked a question. It said, is any one brand of spices better than another?
No, they're not. You get what's local to you, and some people like organic, some people don't. I would just get what is affordable to you, and then take it home and smell it. Does it smell good? Does it smell fresh? I think that you kind of have to go by your own nose and your own taste. I wouldn't say one brand is necessarily better than the other. I try and shop affordably. So if there's two brands and one's a little less expensive, I try it. I like it. I'm going to use that one again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I want to ask you another one since your camera's working. Okay, so do you measure spices or season to taste, adding before cooking or during cooking?
Yeah, so this is from my mother, and this needs to be directed to my father. You need to measure your spices. When you bake, it's very important that you measure that total quantity. It's a science formula. It really needs to be exact. If you add too much or too little, it's going to throw off your baking. But in your cooking, if you have a recipe that you like and you like the flavor that it's going to generate, you really do need to measure it and to get that consistent flavor each time. Now, if you absolutely hate to measure, you can use your hand as a little bit of a cheat. And I talk about this a lot in portion sizes, that you can use your hand as a guide for how much you should be eating. So for example, where's my hand? I don't know. Your palm, like a good portion this way. I'm not on my computer.
Other way. There you go.
So palm is an appropriate portion of protein. Anyway, you can use your thumb or your fingers. Where's my finger? I don't know. You get the idea. So the tip of your thumb is about a tablespoon. Your finger is about a teaspoon. So you can start to eyeball it. If you know you need a teaspoon of dried parsley, you can kind of put it in the palm of your hand and think, yeah, it looks about like the same as the top portion of my finger. And so that can help. But I think especially newer cooks that are not as comfortable in the kitchen, if you measure, you will get a consistent result. So take the time. It's a quick step. It's one small thing to rinse. And I think it's worth it to get that good outcome each time.
I agree. I agree totally. I'm one of those, I need to have the recipe. I need to have exactly how much to put in. Otherwise, I screw it up.
You just want to like what you put the time and energy into making. So it's worth it just to take sometimes a couple extra steps to generate that you're going to get a good result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I did want to, let's see. There was one other thing that I wanted to talk about that somebody didn't ask. I just thought that I would keep talking.
Keep talking. Because it's been a really long day.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so just a couple things to think about when you're gonna organize the spices. Think about, like we said before, if you can see them. And if you have to put them inside of a container, make sure that that container can be moved and is easily moved so that you can make sure to take it down or take it wherever to get things out of it. That goes along with them being easily accessible, and try to put them all in the same spot. So if you have a cabinet, try to make sure that they can all fit in the cabinet. And if not, maybe use a drawer and the cabinet so that they're right next to each other, or try to put them all in the pantry. So let's see, I guess that's all I have, unless somebody else has questions. I need to check really quick. I think it's showing, there isn't anybody showing from my Facebook page. So so I need to just check really quick.
Okay, I can't go over to comments because then the iPad crashes. And
Somebody asked if you were drinking any wine.
I am. Where is it? It's been a long day. It's not been good. We're getting there. And on the upside of having no internet, I have put my children to work and we've gotten a lot of household chores done. But, yeah, I'm just glad that I can be here and chat tonight. Let me ask you a question while you're searching, Melinda.
Okay.
I like to be organized. I actually alphabetize my spices. Is that something that you find is handy, or is that just a silly step that I'm taking for no reason?
No, I actually wrote that yesterday in one of my posts, is to alphabetize. That's another pet peeve of mine. I have to have them in order of alphabet, so that just so you can find them. It makes it's just for function's sake, not because it certainly doesn't make it pretty by doing it alphabetically, but yes, for sure.
I know some people talk about the organizing by type, but I really find that alphabetizing allows me to grab quickly and easily. And same.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I wanted to add another thing that I thought about earlier. I also told my client this today. So you can smell your spices to see if they're okay. And there's also the shake test, where if they're all stuck together, then they're probably not going to be good because they've collected moisture, right? And they're stuck together. So you could probably break it up and use it, but it's not going to be very potent.
Good. Yeah. So another way to, when people ask how long should I keep my spices, when they lose their smell and when they start to clump, you reach the end. And if they're not all that expensive, just toss them, get some fresh ones, and your food will taste so much better.
Yep. I'm checking once again because I think it's just, maybe it's technical everywhere. No, we're good.
New comments, but I can't see them. Do you see any?
Oh, Gretchen was the one that asked if you were drinking any wine. That's why I couldn't see, because yeah. Okay. That was the only comment on there. All right. So
just not the internet.
All right. So do you want to announce the winner to the prize? Okay. So I'm going to try something that I haven't done yet on here. Let's see. Bear with me because it'll be fun. I just have to find.
Spin a wheel or something.
It is. It's going to spin a wheel. Hold on. Bear with me. Yeah, you get to see it spin. I just have to, I think because I put it on another screen, it's not letting me pull it up just yet. I have to.
While you're getting again for whoever wins, and this is going to be a For Each Smart Tupperware container, and it's coming from our friend Orlando, and we'll post her page again. Again, back to my mother, who I talk to a lot. She's like, do you know how many great products they have? I'm like, yeah. So even if you don't win tonight, check out Orlando's page because it's going to help you be efficient in the kitchen. It's going to help you organize whether your kids are at home or going back to school. They've got just so many different containers and products. I think I saw even something about infused waters, a big picture that you can do infused waters. It's one of the things that I love to recommend people to do. So take a look at her website, see if there's anything you can use. Anything that helps you want to be in the kitchen, I think is a good thing.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is going to work.
I see a wheel.
You see a wheel? Okay. Yeah. Oh, great. This is exciting. Okay, so I'm going to click to spin it.
Okay.
And let's see what happens.
Okay. Spinning.
Nathan.
Okay.
Nathan.
Congratulations. Yay! We'll be in touch with you so that Orlando will directly mail you your prize. So you will get an email from me or Melinda soon. Maybe not for me because I have no internet. And we'll put again a good mailing address for you so that we can send you your prize. Congratulations and thanks for participating.
Yeah, that's fun. We need to do that more. We need to find more prizes.
I like the wheel.
Yeah, it even gives confetti and all that jazz.
Good work, Melinda.
Okay, I want to make sure that there isn't anything else on here that I wrote down. Okay, so that's it. Like we said, this is the third week of the series, so we won't be doing this anymore consecutively in terms of Healthy Pantry, but I for sure want to keep doing this every once in a while because it's really fun having somebody to talk to.
Anything has come up or you have more questions for either Melinda or myself, feel free to reach out to us. You know how to find us through our Facebook pages, through our emails, and we'd love to talk to you further, work with you one-on-one, anything you need.
There's another question.
Okay.
I need to keep looking. Okay, so this says, Mira says, are there any particular spices you must keep? Like, are there any that you highly suggest that you should have all the time?
Yeah, in my blog post this week, I talked about 5 that are really great for nutritional values, but the ones that I use most frequently, salt and pepper, obviously. I always use, I always have cinnamon. Curry powder is an odd one, but I find that I use it a lot. It's just kind of interesting. It's a blend of a lot of spices, and you can get, there's a wide variety. It can be spicy or non-spicy, but I find it's a nice one just to have on hand.
Can you repeat that one again? What was it?
Curry powder.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so it's become surprisingly versatile. I also always like turmeric. It doesn't have a very strong flavor. There's a lot of good health benefits to turmeric, but it adds a really pretty yellow color to a lot of dishes, and Mexican dishes, Asian dishes. It just adds a really nice color. If you combine it with pepper, you can really benefit from the turmeric spice. And I can link to an older blog post I've done about that too. So I would say salt, pepper, cinnamon, curry, and turmeric are my always have on hands.
Nice. I need to try to use turmeric and curry. Actually, those two also came up today when I was working, and I said those are the 2 that I don't have in my pantry.
The turmeric I even put sometimes when I make bread, and if you ever buy challah, you'll notice it has sort of a lovely golden color, and one of the cheats is to use turmeric. You don't taste it, but it gives it kind of that nice golden hue. I use it when I make bone broth. It makes the chicken broth look really pretty. So yeah, you just kind of sprinkle it in different ways, and it just gives it that like warm, yummy feeling.
Awesome.
Go buy
some. I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to. Okay, wait, there's okay, Gretchen says she wants us to do it every week. We do too. So, we need to come up with more content for it.
Bring the wine and we can talk every week.
Kathy asked if there is a way to go back and watch. Yes, there is a way. I should be looking this way and not that way. Yes, there is a way that you can rewatch. So this is going to be in Paige's Facebook page, Home Cooked Health, and it's also going to be in the Organizing Lounge and posted in our feeds. So you can go to either place and you can watch the replay. Just scroll back and you'll see the video. So for sure, you can most definitely rewatch the video, and you can also comment while you're watching it later. Even if this is next month or whenever it is that you watch it, you can still comment and ask questions, and we'll be able to still answer you, of course. So
good question.
Yeah. Okay, no more here. I'm looking. My apologies for scanning. I'm looking at all the screens with all the.
I'm worried everything's gonna like come crashing
down. We're doing good without internet. Okay. All right. I think that's it. We don't have any more questions. So
fun chatting with you on Wednesdays. I'm gonna have to pop into the Organizing Lounge and check you out the next couple Wednesdays. What you got going on? You always have good ideas.
Yeah, well, this Saturday, I have to put in a little plug for myself. This Saturday, I am speaking in a virtual summit that is a full 2-day summit with, I believe it's 11, maybe 12 different organizers that are talking all about organizing. And I'm speaking on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I think it's Eastern time. But I've posted about that. I'm going to post again. So I have to just put a little thing in that. And I am going to also be bringing up a challenge in about a week or so that people can sign up for. It's a free challenge. It's called Freedom in 15. So it's a 15-day challenge, 15 minutes for 15 days, decluttering challenge.
Organizing Lounge or through your emails that you send out? Where will we?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in both the email and in the organizing lounge, and it's going to be really cool because it's going to have a separate Facebook group for it so that everybody that's doing it can share their pictures and what they're doing, what they're working on and stuff. So I'm excited for that.
15 minutes. That sounds doable.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
All righty.
Okay.
Well,
thanks everyone for chatting. Thanks for putting up with, I don't know what I put out there, but
it was great. I love it.
And just, yeah, send us any questions, comments. Love to hear from you. Thanks for watching tonight.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.